came back conveniently.
I did. What the hell are the Lions doing?
They're ruining my fantasy team. That's what they're doing.
I have way too much Swift. I'm hoping he gets traded.
Yes, that will be the only like possibly good outcome of this. Man, I don't broadcast info. There you go.
And
Maybe
they have to get rid of Montgomery too.
Well, he's bad anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's fair. Rocky, you missed it, but the Eagles made another good pick.
Oh, I know. I was listening in my car. I was picking up my son from somewhere. That's where I had to go, and I was listening when they got to 8. I was hoping.
Oh wait! Tell your son to yell at you because you're still on the clock in our draft and did not make your pick.
Oh, I went to go do it, and
Elena, I'm begging you.
I had too many players. I had to drop or taxi people. I'll do it. Give me a minute. But yeah, I was hoping all night. Coming into the draft, I was hoping for Bijan, or I wanted Bijan, but if not, I wanted Jalen Carter, and so I got one of them. I'm happy.
Yeah,
he literally is like the best player in the draft, like by a lot of people. So
I will say that in one of my chats, I said the Eagles just constantly make good picks, and then somebody reminded me that they took I'm blanking. Was it
Jalen?
Rager? Yeah, they took the other Jalen, and I was like, "Thank you for making me feel better. I appreciate that."
Yeah, well, they've improved.
Yeah,
but yeah, once they trade up to 9, I knew it was going to be Carter. You don't trade up. There was nobody else worth trading up one pick for.
It's fair.
Did Russ freeze?
Nope, Russ was finding the YouTube link so I can tweet it out so people can actually watch this. But I'm getting off now and actually taking care of my child.
Okay.
Goodbye, Russ. Yeah, Rocky, I'm sure he told you, but he accidentally ended the last show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I left earlier, I almost hit the end broadcast because I'm just so used to doing that. I was like, no.
That's right, because we both have access to.
I was like,
I used to have that access too.
That's right.
I could probably log in, figure it out. Guess your password. I'm sure it's something like 1, 2, 3, 4.
We should convince you to come back and now do another Junkies episode or two.
Oh, I have. Yeah, that sums it up. I have zero desire to do any other podcasting than this.
You were good though. We enjoyed having you.
I appreciate that. I will say I constantly get comments at work, not to pat my own back, that I'm like good at presenting and stuff, and I'm like, it's probably all the podcast experience.
Right.
It does help. I tell people, I'm like, you think they're not connected, but they can help you with like real life skills too. But I do miss talking to you and Andrew and Scott on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun while it lasted. Short but sweet.
Yeah. I haven't talked to Scott in a long time. Like, never hear from him anymore.
We don't hear from Scott half the time.
That checks out. He would always make you sweat. If you were podcasting with Scott, it was always like the last minute before the show is supposed to start. Is he going to be here, yes or no?
Yeah. Hopefully Scott's not listening to this.
I mean, if he is, he doesn't talk to me anymore, so I don't care. What's up, Scott?
Yeah. F you, Scott.
I'm not going that far. I'm just saying, get in touch, man.
Okay, I made my pick.
We were like really excited to see who you took.
Yeah, who is this scrub that you took?
Not really exciting. Raheem Jarrett, wide receiver.
Raheem Jarrett.
I don't even know if I know who that is. You could have made up that name for all I know.
He was a Devi guy once upon a time. I think he was like a 5-star recruit. It's the 5th round of a draft before the draft, so whatever.
Yep.
If I cut him in a few months, or next week, I'm fine with that.
All I know is my 5'10" is going to turn into first round value, so I don't know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
right.
I'll like draft the player, and then they'll be like, and with the 31st pick in the draft, they have just taken the same player that Bobby took at 5'10".
Yeah, I still can't get over the Lions taking Gibbs at 12.
No.
Yeah, we talked about that a bit.
I thought he might be there at 30 for the Eagles.
A bunch of people in the chat were like, "Oh, I can't wait to see how you guys react to this pick," and we were like, "It sucks. What else do you want us to say about it?"
Yeah, I mean, if they don't trade Swift, how's it? I can't even imagine how that's going to work.
Yeah.
It just seems so bizarre. Like, you don't draft a running back at 12 not to use them. But there certainly seems to be overlapping skill sets there. So, hey, J Mike in the chat.
To a lesser degree, even with Montgomery, there's overlapping skill sets between all three of them. It's not like they're like different types of running backs. They're basically all the same type of running back.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Gibbs is more of a weapon in the passing game than Montgomery is.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Also, hi, J Mike. I always forget now how to actually comment in the chat, so I'm just going to vocally say hello.
Hey, J Mike, I just dropped your Get Real episode tonight. I haven't promoted it yet because the draft is taking over everybody's timeline, but it's out. Yay.
Also,
they're all worth a listen, but that's definitely going to be worth a listen.
Oh, yes. I listened to the whole thing at work while I was, because it just made me feel all warm and good.
Andrew is asking us where we think Levis is going to end up. I think
draft order. Where are we at? We're at the.
I actually think in these next two picks, it's possible.
He could go to Washington.
Either the Commanders or the Pats feel like they could, because the Pats seem to have really soured on Mac Jones.
I'd be surprised if they drafted another first-round quarterback, though.
I would too, but it's possible. Commanders definitely feels much more realistic, because if you're telling me they're really going to roll out Sam Howell as their quarterback, I just kind of have trouble believing that.
I've said it all along. I've always thought Sam Howell, people thinking Sam Howell's ever going to be a thing is ridiculous to me. Yeah. Fifth-round quarterbacks do not end up very rarely, unless you're Tom Brady in the sixth round.
I will say, as a caveat, so the entire head of my organization is a Commanders fan, and I was talking to him earlier today and asking him what they wanted him to do. He was basically like, don't take a quarterback because we can just I don't think first-round quarterbacks are really worth it, and blah, blah, blah. And he seemed to believe in Sam Howell. So if you happen to listen to this just by searching my name or whatever, I doubt you'll ever find it. But I agree with you, sir. Don't hold it against me. And now my real opinion is that Howell sucks.
Yes.
Because he will never.
I didn't like it. I feel like I must be wrong because Zach liked him, but I never liked Howell to begin with. When I watched this film, my thoughts were he's likely a backup. So, and that's what I think when you get drafted in the fifth round, you're likely a backup. But even before he was drafted, I was like, seems like a career backup to me.
That entire class is basically career backups.
Yep. Yeah. Kenny Pickett will be there in a couple years. And yeah, Tampa's at 19 too. I could see him going to Tampa.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Until recently, I forgot that Tampa signed Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I have Kyle Trask on a bunch of dynasty rosters. Free money right there. And then I was like, wait, no, Baker's definitely starting over him.
Hey, Peter's back.
Hey, Peter.
Different. We got Chris and J Mike in the chat. We got Andrew in the chat. Got some solid people in the chat right now.
They should be on here because, man, I shouldn't be.
Well, they might have to take they might have to take my spot because I have to bounce out of here. I know you just got. I was wondering where Peter was, and then Peter shows up, and I have to leave. But I might come back in a little bit.
I promise I won't turn up next time.
You showed up, and Casey was like, "I gotta go."
Yeah, I won't end the I will not end the broadcast. I will not make you guys have to get another.
She's like, I will not podcast with Peter Howard.
Yes, that's it. No, I'll try to come back on, but
it's in my rider, damn it.
I was on with him earlier. You weren't on with us. So I mean. All right. Like Chris Allen said, beautiful people. I will see you later.
See you,
Guys have-
Casey.
all right, later, guys.
Great to see you.
So the Jets pick is in apparently.
Oh, nice. Anyone interesting?
I'm waiting for my stream to show me. I think Rocky's ahead of us, or at least ahead of me usually.
Linebacker Will McDonald. Not exciting.
Nope. Probably exciting to Will McDonald and his family,
yeah.
but not
Yeah.
exciting to us.
I was going to say, Paul McDonald, this is a moment of a
I know.
lifetime. And you're like, man,
I'm sure he's going to watch this and be very insulted.
I've seen better.
Oh,
He's not even the best McDonald.
That is
Hey,
a fair
it's
point,
Josh.
Rocky. It's not like he
Josh.
gives a single shit
Yo.
about what we think.
yeah, he can console himself with his millions.
Could
of
you put the
dollars.
little ID thing on there? I don't know who anyone is. Like, none of you are wearing your avatars from Twitter.
I
so
don't know. Why
literally
are they
don't-
not coming
I
up? I don't know what. Hold on.
Because Russ set it up and he never does.
There we
that.
go. There we go. We got it.
I told
we know
Russ
the-
earlier that I removed. This was the last place where I guess I had to remove my tag besides Discord. So I removed the Rec Fantasy because I was like, no one's gonna find me anywhere at Rec Fantasy. So why is that even on here? I'm just Bobby Cox these days. Just a guy.
I'm just a guy.
Yeah, if I went on any show, I'd be like, yeah, so I'm going to plug my stuff that I'm doing right now. It's a lot of work jargon that wouldn't make sense to anyone except my coworkers. And yeah, that's where you can find my work. So cool.
Get to it. Go find that work.
Josh, as a Cowboys fan, how do you feel about my Eagles getting the best player in the draft?
Josh,
We'll-
you're within your rights to just say F you, Rocky, and then like leave.
Well, we'll see if he can make it 6 months without getting arrested in Philly. So but let's hold
think
on
we'll
on
be
that
fine.
one for a minute.
I think he'll be
Fair
fine.
enough.
I'm just glad they didn't get Bijan. So anything
I
after that, I'm good with.
I wanted Bijan so, but that offense would have been ridiculous with Bijan. Just
Yeah.
from a real NFL perspective, like what the hell
Exactly.
do you do against that team if they have Bijan?
Yeah, you guys can have an amazing 4.5 games from Rashad Penny, and then figure it out with Boston Scott and Kenny Gainwell.
We're getting Zach Charbonnet.
Okay, you can have that. You can have that. That's cool.
You're not a Charbonnet fan, Josh?
After Bijan and Gibbs, I'm kind of any one of these guys can hit at some point. So
Yeah.
Josh, J-Mike,
I have
J-Mike
Charbonnet
has an
and Knox
important
above
question
everybody
for you.
else.
I know you guys are talking about real football, but I'm going to interrupt with a very important question, Josh. J-Mike wants to know about how your Skyline experience went.
it was something. It's kind of
because he invested.
yeah, it's kind of like falling out of your bed while you're sleeping. It's a little bit embarrassing and you don't want to tell too many people about it. So that was my Skyline chili experience.
I've never had Skyline chili, and based on how I've heard other people describe it, I never will.
If you value the time that you have on this planet, don't do that.
I mean, I have the stomach already of a 90-year-old, so it would legitimately kill me, it sounds like.
It could. I mean, I have a pretty good stomach, and at points I was kind of like, I regret a lot of things that I have done.
Fair.
No more than this.
There you have it, J-Mike. Skyline chili. Out here killing people.
So Rocky's team has already made at least one pick. They got another one coming.
We do.
Bobby, what's your dream scenario for your Giants?
I don't have one. The Giants need pretty much everything. Basically, as long as they don't draft a quarterback, I'll be happy.
Or another
You
small
gotta
wide
have
receiver.
somebody you hope they're targeting there. No,
I mean, Banks maybe, but that's because they need some secondary help. But like, it's
Mhm.
not like I'm super attached to it or anything. But if they took him, I'd be like, all right, that seems like a good move. If they took a wide receiver, even one of the small guys, I'd be okay with that. It depends on the wide receiver. Like if they took Addison, I'd be happy if he's there. If they took, say, Flowers, I'd be happy if he's there. Some of the other guys maybe less so. Like if they took Jalen Hyatt, I'd kind of be like, that kind of sucks. Why do you do that? But fantasy wise, I'd be like, but also I drafted him kind of late in our league that drafts before the draft. So thank you, Giants.
not that I think he's last in the Giants, but JSN's still on the board, right? Where do you when do you think he finally gets picked?
Patriots.
Where are they at 17 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Oh.
it's gone past pick 15, which, beat my estimation, which isn't a great sign because the NFL typically doesn't like slot receivers, and that's literally what he's really good at. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if the Giants got JSN somehow, I'd be super happy about that. Even though they have pretty much all slot guys, I'd be like, I don't care. He's displaced all of them. He is now their slot guy.
Yeah,
All of you other slot guys can get out.
I wouldn't be happy about that.
Are
The
you
highlight of
telling
of draft day pods for me was the year the Eagles traded up ahead of the Giants to get Devontae Smith, and then was that the same year or was that the next year that they drafted Tony?
I think it's
same year, I think.
same year. Yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one word for it, Rocky. That's one word for it.
You know what, Rocky? That's one thing we can agree on because in that same
Yes.
trade we moved down and got some guy, some linebacker,
Micah.
defensive
Yeah.
end, Michael Parson guy. I don't know if he's not really done much yet, but
I don't
The
like
Levis
how
drop
much-
continues, by the way. Commanders did not pick him. Picked a cornerback.
So
Huh.
if Mr. Howdy is incorrect and the Patriots don't take him, man, what do you think about Detroit?
Are we taking
Right
that as a
after.
projection by me? Because I would like to back up. If you don't mind.
I don't know if you know how the podcasting world works, but as soon as something comes out of your
No
mouth,
idea.
you are committed to it, no matter what.
Oh, I am? Well done.
Even
I
if it
am.
was a
Like
joke,
Josh.
you're committed.
Josh, like when I said Hurts is the next Josh Allen,
You're committed to it.
he ripped me for months on that, and then it was right. Essentially.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
I've committed to a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have then.
I was going to say, I've got to go. I've got some people to talk to.
I mean, something that I've talked about a lot on podcasts is Matt Price's beautiful eyes, but I'm okay committing to that because if you haven't seen them, Matt Price has beautiful eyes.
Now I have
If you say so, Bobby.
I'm not.
I'm
the
just putting it out
judgmental
there.
sort, So
By the way, Josh, where's Drew? I just assume you guys are like a pair. You know, you come together, you leave together.
he's at my house right now off screen. You'll see him in a minute.
Patriots pick is in. Rocky probably already knows what it is.
I do know it.
Yeah, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb so I wouldn't be tempted to look.
Well, I got my buddy next to me giving me alerts.
Ah,
I actually am not looking at the Twitter sleeper or anything, but he's getting them and telling me.
Christian
He's getting-
Gonzalez.
Is he getting them on Sleeper?
I knew
I
this
think
was
you
going to
got
be a
Sleeper?
terrible fantasy draft.
Are you getting them from Twitter? No, he's getting them from Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Is-
What?
Is this Bill Belichick just saying, Mac Jones, I really don't like you. Just make it work with Juju and whatever other trash we put around him?
It's my way or the highway.
Probably.
My way is if you don't like it, I'm going to give you a trash can to throw to you.
I mean,
And he's like, "You're so bad. We just got to make sure our defense is really, really good."
yeah, I mean,
Well, the Patriots trying to make it work at skill positions, and they draft anything. Their drafts are wild in general. Again, I never thought he was going to the Patriots for real.
When's the last time they drafted a successful receiver? Like 2003?
Well, the lower drafted, the more likely they are to succeed on the Patriots.
That's true.
that's
Whenever Edelman was picked in like the 7th round or whatever.
Edelman,
like
Welker, it's someone back there. I mean, I think Malcolm Mitchell was going to make it, but whatever.
I loved Malcolm Mitchell back.
So did I.
Yeah.
So did I.
Everyone forgets.
Wasn't
I told
Jacoby
all my
Myers an undrafted free agent too, or am I forgetting?
Who?
Jacoby Myers, isn't he an undrafted free agent?
Oh, that's true. Jacoby's been done pretty well. Yeah, he's a UDFA. So.
Yeah, exactly. The Patriots
Well, they
only
still-
want people
they
that they
can't
didn't
draft
spend
you.
draft capital on.
Yeah.
It's like a law of nature at this point.
So whoever you should be glad if they had drafted a guy here, he would have sucked. So
So what you're
That's
saying
true.
is,
I mean,
with my 5'10"
magical
pick,
thinking
Rocky,
works sometimes. I'm just saying.
with my 5'10" pick, I'll take whoever the Patriots draft with like their 7th round pick, and it'll work out beautifully.
there you go.
Yep.
Except are
Your
we
favorite
gonna, you might
undrafted
get
free
to
agent on the
5'10".
team.
You might get to 5'10" before Saturday, Bobby.
At this rate, we'll get to 5'10" when I'm 80 years old.
So, is Roman spoiling the pick, or is this a prediction? I'm curious about this.
Oh,
I think it's a prediction because the pick is not in.
Okay,
I wouldn't-
you haven't. Adam Schefter has not alerted you yet, Rocky. On what the
He
pick
has
is?
not, and the clock
Okay.
is still running on the screen. So
I wouldn't be surprised if that is the pick, though. I mean,
I think it'd be a pretty damn good pick for the Lions. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, he just said prediction. Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, I mean,
I could
you
see
get, Amon Ra, JSN, the initial twins, ASRB.
But also, Rocky, you might be getting your
That's
wish.
like the Kid Swift thing. That's having two of the same thing. Need two of the same thing, damn it.
Rocky, the closer it gets to the Giants pick with JSN still on the board, the higher my hopes go, only to it probably be dashed like a pick before it gets to them.
it. Yeah, probably.
Okay, so who is the pick before the Giants? Now we need to.
I don't even remember.
It is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, so you're probably safe there.
The Vikings before that.
Ooh, that could be a
Not
problem.
safe there.
I mean, I think the Chargers are at like 21 or something
Yep.
like that. That's a
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm
Seahawks
fairly,
been mocked to a wide receiver in a lot of mocks I've seen. They're at 20.
I'm fairly convinced it's not happening. I'm just saying the longer it goes without him being drafted, the slightly
But-
higher.
But
my
the
hopes
farther he
get.
goes too, it makes a potential trade up more likely too.
It's true.
Yeah.
The Giants do have a bunch of day 2 picks.
And I'm kind of hoping that Bobby has the same experience I did a few years ago when CeeDee Lamb was drafted by the Cowboys, because right around like 5 picks before, I was like, okay, this could actually happen. And then the Broncos took a receiver, and I said, oh, they took CeeDee Lamb, and they're like, no, it's Jerry Jeudy. I was like, this is great. I love this.
Okay,
Well,
I
the
remember. Yeah, the
Lions pick
same
is in.
draft. I think the Eagles were like 2 picks behind the Cowboys, and I was thinking the same thing. Like, oh, we might get CeeDee Lamb. We might get CeeDee Lamb. Shit.
Now, first of all, knowing Jerry, you know, a player like that was never getting past him.
Yeah,
I will
I
also
I did, and I was hoping they were going to trade up ahead of the Cowboys.
I don't
I
want the
will
Giants to trade up because they need all their picks, honestly, to fill the holes they have on their roster. Like, yeah, they made the playoffs, but we're not kidding ourselves. That roster has a lot of holes on it.
So
Yeah,
what did I
but-
miss?
Nothing that exciting.
Oh, Russ is back. How long have I been
Levis and
gone?
JSN are dropping.
Well, I mean, I don't care about Levis.
I
You
feel
missed-
like over the last couple of days, that was kind of the prediction, though, that Levis was gonna.
Oh, God, they were
rock.
saying Levis was going to go at like 2.
Also, Russ,
Well-
you missed that I'm potentially getting my hopes up about the Giants getting JSN, even though it won't really happen.
I mean, they don't have that much longer to go, do they?
They're on 25, so
Yeah, the Giants are at
Keep it up now.
25. We're at 18, I think, right? Yeah.
yeah, we're at 18.
Yeah.
Roman in the chat predicts JSN is going here. Pick is in, but not announced yet.
To who?
You're
Maybe they take Levis.
I was thinking they could take Levis because they don't
Ooh!
trust Goff.
Oh, the Lions are on the clock.
Oh, it's just
Well,
not.
Mini Adam Schefter over there hasn't told you anything
Nope,
yet.
there's
Rocky?
sound. Why is
Yeah.
there sound?
Did you get a pick yet? He says no.
And I like. I would love to see Andrew's prediction come true and see him get a tight end.
Did Andrew predict like Michael Meyer here or something?
He just said could see them
He
go
just said
tight
tight
end.
end.
Yeah, I just see that in the chat. Yeah,
Mel Kiper in his receding hairline says that Dalton Kincaid is his top tight end.
Yeah.
by the way, is
projected
it
that-
Michael Meyer or is it Mayer?
I think
have
it's
no idea.
Mayer.
All right.
It was projected that both of those guys could possibly go in the first round. And neither's off the board yet. ESPN Analytics, 1.8% chance that Will Levis would be available at 18. That's what's just
Wow.
on the screen.
This
And
this
that-
Lions. I feel like they're really holding the suspense for this Lions pick because they want me to like think: is it JSN? Is it not JSN?
All for you, Bobby.
It's all. It's really just one big conspiracy against you.
Or they'll be like, it's Banks, and then the next pick will be JSN. And I'll be like, God damn it.
Yeah, they really are milking this.
According to my sources over here, it's not an offensive player.
Oh,
Uh,
Tell your son to knock
you
it
got
off.
sources?
Whoa. JSN's so close to the Giants pick. We want mini Adam Schefter telling us what's going on.
Wait, what?
Mini Adam Schefter.
that
Who did
that
Green Bay take?
network insider is saying that this is not going to be an offensive pick. All right,
Ooh,
I'm
I'm an
ready.
insider. I like it.
Linebacker Jack Campbell.
That's made up.
Wow.
Wait, is that his son?
That's a made up name. That's fake. Fake
Is that Dan Campbell's son?
He drafted his son.
Who did Green Bay draft? I missed it.
Green Bay.
Not a wide receiver, just in case you thought maybe they did.
I guess that's really it, right? They didn't take Levis. They didn't take a wide receiver.
No, they took.
Who did they take? I can't remember.
Was that the Will McDonald pick?
I don't know who Will McDonald
I
is.
don't think so.
Defensive player, or that might have been the Jets pick. Getting the two green teams that picked within a couple confused with each other.
Who did Green Bay play? Luke Van Ness?
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
Luke, linebacker from Iowa.
We've had 2 linebackers from Iowa already in the first round then.
Oh, because I was about to say, no, he just got picked now, and that's a different linebacker from Iowa?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
All right. So the Bucks are up, and I wouldn't be surprised if this pick is finally Levis.
Right? Like, there's no way they saw this coming, and
What?
Trask ain't it. Baker is not. But even still, you can play Baker, and
Right. Baker can be a bridge to Levis, yeah.
yeah. And then
What a
Trask can
quarterback battle.
get
Trask was never, ever gonna start. So
They took him in the
Yeah.
seconds. That was bad.
The Bucks.
But they
Wait,
still
wait,
did it.
Rocky. The Bucks pick is in. Does mini Adam Schefter know anything?
not yet. He'll tell me. Let me know when you hear the pick.
Only at the DAP show can you get an insider who is under, how old is he, Rocky?
He is he's 12.
So under the age of 15. They're really
He's small. That's how he gets inside.
Yeah. he gets his info. Nobody knows he's there.
Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, not big guys. That's how they get inside.
Oh. My mind just went to a very dirty place with that, Josh.
I can't be held responsible for that.
Hey Russ, by the way, this isn't going out on my streams because we didn't figure that out. So I like actively.
We
lied
did not.
to
I
people.
completely forgot about
Just-
that. Yeah.
Just saying. It makes me feel good that I'm still a damn right dirty rotten person who's lying to anyone that listens.
We
I know
needed
where
to
I'm
keep
at.
your rep where it was.
You know, I mean, sometimes you gotta.
If
I'm glad I have this muted right now.
We did the last thing. No.
You guys know
Roman,
this front
I
door
hope
commercial
that is the
with
case.
this, the front door commercial with the "We Fixed This Toilet" song is one of the most annoying commercials on TV right now.
I guess I'm glad I don't watch commercials because I don't know what that is.
It is not Will Levis.
Ah,
Shh.
is that your way of
JSN
saying?
because he's
Yeah,
being
that means it's JSN.
It is
Yeah.
not JSN.
All right, good.
If we
I
pick
don't
from
need
now
JSN
on,
to
that's
talk
going to be
about the
someone's
same team.
projection. Yeah, there's
Is
definitely
it-
jazz.
Is
a
it an offensive player?
It's a defensive tackle. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what? So what you're telling me is we have a very small chance
No.
of JSN going to the freaking Chargers
Ooh.
because
I
it
think
could.
you have a
They're
pretty good
two,
chance.
they're 2 picks away.
They just
Yeah.
need to get past the Seahawks, and the Seahawks.
I can't imagine he gets past the Chargers, right?
Did we think he was going to get this far?
No.
Yeah, fair
Watch.
enough.
Wait, no, this is what's going to happen. JSN will make it to the Giants and they'll go,
And they'll
"Nah."
not pick him.
We're gonna take
That's what I
11.
thought was going to happen with Bijan. I thought he was going to make it to 10, and the Eagles were like, nah.
I mean, if they went Banks instead, I'd still be okay with that. But if they passed on like both of them and they were there, I'd be like, well, that's cool, I guess.
And that's also what I was afraid of, that it, like, as Jalen Carter and Bijan were both coming, right there when it at 8, I was like, if both of them are still on the board at 10 and they don't pick either of them.
I wish that
I
Russ cared more about the Seahawks. The Seahawks picks were more fun when Russ actually cared more.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't take JSN. I saw a mock where they did take him, and it made me sad. So I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. Please don't let it happen.
Apparently, this dude's measurables are almost identical to Aaron Donald's coming out.
Oh, so okay, he
So
equals
he's
Aaron
a-
Donald. I get
So
it.
he is
Oh,
one
and
for
he
one
went to
Aaron
Pitt.
Donald. for sure.
Same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same school, even. Yep.
Same school,
Yep.
same size, same guy.
Same guy.
40s
guy.
are almost identical. Yep. He's the same guy.
Man, so he's been in
Same guy.
Pittsburgh the past couple of years, and now he gets to go to Tampa. Like that is
That's an upgrade.
that's the right direction.
That shouldn't be that funny.
So, Bobby, on a scale of 1 to 10, if JSN is there for the Giants, they decide, nah, we're not going to do that. And then Dallas, the pick after, just goes, JSN sounds great. How mad are you going to be?
Less, honestly, as much as I hate the Cowboys, less mad than if it was the Eagles, just because Rocky is such a cocky. I'll censor myself because his son is there, but
He can't hear you.
Headphones.
yeah, okay, fine. So Rocky is a cocky fuck about the Eagles, so I at least feel better about it. It's probably like, I don't know, like a 6, maybe a 7. If it was the
But,
Eagles,
like-
it'd be a 10.
Josh, was the Cowboys taking Lamb a thing in 20?
No. No.
Like
Yeah,
I
we
did
talked
not
about
see
that
that
a
coming
lot.
at all.
Everyone thought he was going to go sooner than that. So there was really no, like, hey, CeeDee Lamb to the Cowboys.
Right.
there
So
was-
I'm thinking same thing. Like if JSN's hanging there for the Cowboys, they probably just take him.
They take him. Yeah.
But
I
and,
mean,
and
this-
honestly, I don't hate that.
this was my Bijan argument to everyone picking after the Cowboys. Like, oh man, what if the Chiefs get Bijan? I was like, if he's there at 26, there's a 0% chance any team after 26 gets him. I hate to break it to you.
He was
like,
never making it to 26.
Well, I mean, it was a thing for 90% of the draft cycle where it was like, well, people don't like running backs and they're going to fall. And, you know.
But you are right, Josh. You'd be like, oh, an opportunity to draft a younger Ezekiel Elliott and do it all again and give him a second contract again. All right.
Listen, if there's one thing I know, it's Jerry Jones. And if there's a flashy offensive player on the
go
board,
with that, you want your reputation to be, if there's one thing I know, it's Jerry Jones. Are you going with that
listen,
one? That's my reputation. I'm
Peter,
set.
you gotta understand, you're surrounded by a bunch of very smart people and me. So that's the one thing I know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I take it back.
And
That's
the one
an
thing
excellent
I
thing to be known
know
for.
is that Josh knows that one thing.
I'm just loving all the commercials right now. Let's just get to the Seahawks pick.
I know. I need this. I have anxiety right now for JSN. Don't get me wrong.
Yes,
Like,
and anxiety. It's well known.
regardless, the Seahawks have always for the past 3 years have had 2 successful wide receivers. But Tyler Lockett isn't automatically bad now just because he's 31. Like, this would have to be the death of Lockett for me to be okay with JSN, and I don't want the death of Lockett. I know Peter doesn't want the death of Lockett.
I
Do
did
you
just
I
even
love
Dynasty, bro?
but no, I don't want the death. No loss.
JS anxiety. J Mike.
I love it.
Yeah,
That was my nickname in
That's
high
what-
school.
that's what I was thinking too, J Mike. I just
That-
vocalized it. But Russ, with he's not dead just because he's 31. All I can say is, do you even Dynasty, bro? He's over 28. He's dead.
I'm talking NFL, and I'm not talking Dynasty.
NFL too, apparently. They're over 28, according to everyone on, at least when I used to be on Twitter, they're dead. I don't make the rules. You just turn 28. We're all ghosts right now. We're past ghosts.
I've been a
I think
ghost
that
since
sounds
I was,
realistic.
like 18. I always feel so bad for these dudes that just like, and then like Will Levis has to like be presentable for the camera still, except for the
that
face
sucks.
he's making right now. But
But-
like, that sucks.
It's worse now though, because now they bring up this ESPN analytics thing. It's like, hey, dude,
1.1.
Free pick.
Yeah.
Every
There was a very minuscule chance of this happening, and all the teams decided you suck.
so now it's like, not only are we going to show your face every 5 minutes, but let's put this little graphic to show how painful this is for you. Awesome.
And like,
Cool.
we have to be past the point of anyone trading up for Levis, right? Like,
No.
because
Teams are-
like the
yeah.
Seahawks are taking this down to the wire. It's 40 seconds left and the pick isn't in.
I know I
So-
said this about the Bucks, but if Levis is there for the Vikings, I feel like
I was just
they
gonna
could-
say Vikings could take him. Yeah, there was
Or
been talk they
JSN,
want a
honestly.
quarterback.
Yeah, they could do either.
I'm not paying overtime. I'll mute it so they can't hear.
Earlier, what you guys missed is I said that Russ said that he had to go put the kids to bed or whatever, but I feel like he's used them as an excuse to get out of podcasting with me before. And I was like, has anyone ever seen them in the same room? Then he had Elle come on the show.
Yeah, his daughter makes regular appearances now.
That's good. All I'm
The
saying
next
is
generation.
I had heard about her. I'd seen pictures, but it could have been like AI for all I knew. And now I know she's real.
Yeah, his son never comes on during the podcast, but she loves it. I think she wants to be a podcaster.
Well, Nolan is absolutely fine through anything, sitting in his room and watching TV. You know,
I'm not.
Ellie, see, she's not.
I'm not. Yeah, she's great too. We need to have her like be a regular guest on the podcast, I think, or something.
You should have a
She's my
segment.
favorite.
Russ.
There was the first time she ever showed up while we were doing the grind. she just started picking things up from the floor and slapping me in the face with them. And a poppet. Sorry, it was a poppet. And like the chat was cheering her on, and she still talks about it every once in a while.
Russ, you're not gonna like this pick.
Uh-oh.
No.
Neither is Bobby.
It's fine. I kind of figured he wasn't going to make it.
Bobby was very measured. I was just kind of hoping he fell to the Cowboys just to see what Bobby's reaction would be.
The only reason I would have hated JSN to the Cowboys is because they just want to run the ball more. Like if they still had Kellen Moore as their OC, I would love a JSN and Lamb wide receiving core.
Yeah. I mean, that almost sounds like a coach that's like trying to trick people with the speak. Like,
Yeah.
we're just going to run it more, but then we're going to trade. I mean, nothing, but we're going to trade a 5th round pick for Brandon Cooks. And, they'll probably draft a receiver at some point. It's like, well, we're going to run it more, guys. Promise. It's like, okay.
What those kids doing up there? Get off. We're trying to get, not you. You don't have to go anywhere. I'm talking about
Not you, child.
like, I just
The
want
other
the
children I'm
pick.
talking to.
None of this. We just need the pick.
Shouldn't some of these kids be in bed?
Right?
But
Look how tall
I-
number 9 is. He's probably 14.
I think that about every kid I see, Rocky. We'll be walking on the street and I'll be like, oh, that kid's 12. And Grace will be like, he's like 18. And I'll be like, no, he's 12.
No, man. Yeah, the older you get, you have no idea how old
Trust.
people are anymore.
Oh, I know.
yeah.
It was like that with teaching. Like I'd look out into the classroom and they're all meant to be 18 or over. It's like, nah. Nah. I remember being 18. We looked a lot more mature in my day. I tell you.
Do I have to be a Seahawks fan again?
Yes.
Al says yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's actually, wow.
So you think Gibbs and JSN's landing spots going to affect things in rookie drafts?
I hate all these landing spots. I mean,
it's great draft capital for not for JSN, for Gibbs.
yeah.
I mean, probably not just because. I mean, Will Levis getting picked in the top 10, I think could have changed it if this would have stayed the same. But he's probably. I mean, he's probably the only
Levis
guy.
almost has to be like 8 now, or assuming he goes in the first round. Like he's not like there was
Right.
talk of him being like if he went like top 5 or 10, maybe he's 5 or 6 or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
All I know is somewhere out there's a water cooler that should probably look out for Tyler Lockett.
What is like? I don't like.
Lockett's close to the end of his Seattle career, right?
Well,
From
he's
a real NFL perspective.
got to be close to the end of his career.
Yeah. It just means we might not see, big numbers from JSN. But 200
Lockett-
So
there.
I just looked it up. Lockett has a couple more years on his contract, but they can get out of his contract pretty easily in 2024. It looks like,
We needed him to fall one more pick.
or actually, no, they have a 14 million dead cap on Lockett in 2024.
Yeah, he's gone. He'll restructure and.
Yeah, but he is signed technically through 2025.
Like now we have to have faith that Gino is gonna throw the ball and do it well, because I'm not giving up on my JSN love at this point.
Roman
How does-
gets a deal like Gino more now. Gino price go up.
no.
I kind of had the same reaction, Josh.
Are you just taking every stuffed animal upstairs with you? Okay.
Russ, how does L feel about the JSN pick?
Elbel, how do you feel about Jackson Smith and Jigba going to the Seahawks? Thumbs up.
There you go.
All right.
I don't have my hearing aids in.
All right, but
I don't want to be too loud.
it's fine. We appreciate the thumbs up.
That's really all we needed. To be honest with you, we're good.
Okay, so JSN doesn't drop in drafts. Ellie gives a seal of approval.
Yep. Rocky, how does Minnie Schefter feel about the JSN pick to Seattle?
No. Schefter went downhill the second he started giving opinions. Schefter's here to report facts. And that's it.
Okay, I can't ask him.
Yeah, that's Nolan's. Mine's upstairs.
Okay, I asked him. He said, "Good."
Good.
JSN to Seahawks. Kids approve.
Yes.
Like, he just needed to make it one more pick to go to the Chargers.
And now Zay Flowers is going to go to the Chargers.
I think
Is-
any wide
is
receiver
this-
that goes here probably gets boosted, right? Like, if Zay Flowers goes here, he probably pops up above Addison.
Is this the run? Is this the
Unless
wide
Addison
receiver
goes to
run?
like Minnesota.
Could be.
It usually
Could be.
does happen.
I'm
the past
hoping
couple
Chargers
years.
take Addison. Sorry, I really feel bad.
Chargers-
Like I'm meant to be providing some sort of commentary. I got nothing.
We don't care. We're just happy that you're here.
Yeah, you just pop in and make a joke every once in a while, Peter.
Okay.
I mean, I literally tweeted something along the lines of, if you don't want to listen to smart people, come and listen to us.
That worked.
You are, but you're not actually on here. So it's not what I'm talking about.
Sometimes.
She's on here now.
No, leave Michelangelo down here.
Oh.
If there's a wide receiver run, I wouldn't mind that because it would mean that the Giants do get Banks.
We are getting a run.
Getting coffee.
Huh? Is it
Oh,
Addison?
okay, so
I'll
the-
let you be surprised by which one it is.
Baltimore is
It's
a wide
Josh
receiver.
Downs. We all know it. Jalen Hyatt.
let's go.
all I know is the Chargers pick is in, and they just showed Will Levis dancing.
You haven't said. No one has said his name.
Oh, Quentin Johnson.
There was rumors of that.
Okay, I am so happy he is not there at the Dallas pick.
I am. I mean, that just proves the death of hashtag Team Clemson big wide receiver Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hardly knew you.
Because he missed 18 games every season.
That's exactly why we hardly knew him.
J. Mike said Cedric Tillman. Let's ride.
You joke. I'd be down for that.
Listen, after that comment, Cedric Tillman has to go to the Broncos now.
I mean, also, honestly, after the contract today, Baltimore's probably like,
You made
here,
your.
Lamar, let's keep you even more
Don't
happy
carry
and
that
give you a
upstairs.
new weapon to throw to.
And that's
You
why
know,
I'm kind of
you heard
like,
yours.
I mean, Baltimore's up, Minnesota's after that. I'm like, oh, this could be the wide receiver run.
I mean, Baltimore doesn't need a wide. Do you think they draft a wide receiver?
I mean, is it?
Oh,
you
how about
cool
this? How about this? Baltimore drafts Will Levis and says, "You didn't say no backsies, Lamar."
We didn't expect Levis to be on the board. Sorry, Lamar.
That's just a clause in the contract. If Will Levis is on the board,
So,
just take this back.
Mini Adam Schefter just made a good point. Actually, he was saying if the Vikings don't take Levis,
Who
does he
does?
get drafted in the first round unless
Someone
somebody
might trade
trades
up.
in?
I
Also-
guess someone trades up.
Rocky, you said that as if Minnie Schefter doesn't continually make good points. Now I feel bad for him.
The first good point by Minnie Schefter.
Well, who's after? Okay,
After
so
the
there's Minnesota, and
Vikings-
then there's Jacksonville. Who's after Jacksonville?
The Giants, the
Giants.
Cowboys, the Bills, the Bengals, the Saints, the Eagles, and the Chiefs. None of those
Yep.
teams.
Saints could.
That's what yeah. When I had it on mute for a second, we were saying the same. But I mean, Carr's locked in for 2 years, right?
Yeah, but at this point, you're not even at the capital where you feel the need. You have to start Levis if you take him.
For the first 2 years, though.
Yeah.
some guy named Jordan Love didn't start for the first 4 years, so let's not act like it
This
can't
is
happen.
true.
Neither did some guy named Aaron Rodgers.
I don't
so-
think that was the plan, though. Back-to-back MVPs kind of fuck things up. So
Also, I want you guys to guess. This is not related to football at all. How much caffeine have I drank today? Considering I've been awake since 4 a.m. to be on this podcast.
Well, you don't. What caffeine do you drink?
I drink teas. I also sometimes drink soda.
Not enough.
I have drank 2 medium iced teas from Dunkin' Donuts and 2 Mexican Coca-Colas.
Ooh,
That's
Woo.
nothing.
That is a lot for me. I
There's
had like
more
heart
caffeine.
palpitations before we started this.
I mean, I had 4 coffees and I'm on a normal day.
Well, you also just need it, Russ.
Yeah, I also don't exist in this world unless there's a lot of caffeine pumping through my veins.
That's fair.
yeah, I don't drink a whole lot of caffeine.
I lately have not, but this was one of those times where I was like, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I'm supposed to podcast till 11:30 at night. I better get on that.
Yeah, I took the day off because I was like, man, I'm gonna be up late and I'm not gonna want to work. And then my wife was like, hey, I'm going out of town, and I was like, well, glad I took this day off.
Oh yeah, house to
Yep.
yourself day off, wife out of town. Like that's you don't get out of bed till 11.
I have to get my 2 youngest to daycare, so no, I'll still be up pretty early.
Okay, so you get up, you drop them off, and you go home and take a nap.
I've told Russ about this before, but no matter what I have going on, my body now regularly wakes me up at like 5 a.m. It doesn't matter if I have no
Yeah.
responsibilities that day.
Okay, I'm just stopping off in the middle of still doing stuff, but Bobby, like I'm on my 3rd pot of coffee today. Like what?
Third
what are you-
pot, I love it.
And also just listening to you all talk about it, and thought it good. Will Levis isn't a 1st-round startup pick, rookie pick.
Rookie.
He's outside
Yeah,
the top
he'll go-
15. He's
if
outside
he
the
gets
top
taken
5,
in
which
the-
is really where he needed to be. I'm
think-
taking 1st round.
Yeah, I think if he gets
I'll listen
taken
off
at
air.
the top like
I'm
3rd of the 2nd round, he'll still end up going at the end of the 1st. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, like Quentin Johnston solidified his 1st-round capital.
Yes.
Gibbs, we all knew. I mean, nothing has happened enough for anyone to get boosted to push Levis out of the 1st. Like, I think we need some real craziness going on for Levis to fall out of the 1st still.
I like how J Mike in the chat commented on his own trade, by the way.
Yes, he called it exciting. Yeah.
Because Andrew
For
said just
105 and
accepted a
205
trade.
for AJ Brown. I love JSN. I'd still take AJ Brown all day on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same Z's.
Wait, Andrew, who got which side? We need to know what J Mike is so excited about. Did he get AJ Brown, or is he excited about getting JSN plus another pick?
I don't know, but Roman saying Mayer will go to the Bengals and will just hurt Irv Smith. Is there still Irv Smith truthers out there?
If I roster him, do I count as one?
No, because I have him on a couple of rosters too, but I forgot he exists for a while.
I kind of forgot. Yeah, he was on the Bengals.
There's probably 5 people that still believe it's Irv Smith and Joe Burrow. It's gonna happen now.
Like
there's
I was
probably
there
5
for it
people.
for a while. Like I really liked Irv. He was one of the very few. Oh, J Mike got the picks. There were very few productive tight ends in college, and Irv was one of them.
Yep.
So I thought it was going to be a thing, and it was never. It's been a busy day for them. Oh, because of Lamar. They're stalling. Never mind.
Oh, Quentin Johnson went to the Chargers. Thanks for keeping me updated. Jesus.
You have your headphones on, and we were talking
You
about
have
it.
one job. And that's
You
to
heard
make
the
sure I know
coffee
everything.
conversation, but
We-
missed that.
I
I
know.
did. I'm
And that's
really
one of the
dialed
many
in right
reasons we love
now.
you, Peter.
Oh wow! So Lamar is still doesn't have the 2nd most guaranteed money. That's funny.
Is
Oh,
that-
yeah, you're right.
I thought that contract put him at second most guaranteed.
What does Hurts have
Depending
more?
on where.
No,
Murray has
Kyler.
more.
Oh, okay.
I love how they show these draft rooms and everyone's like, "Oh my god, we made a great pick." Every time. It doesn't matter who they take. They're like, "Yes, we made the best pick in the draft." Who needs Bryce Young and CJ Stroud? We got the best player. It's like, okay.
Do
get
you want to know the pick or you want to wait to see it?
Wait to see it.
Is it an offensive player?
It is.
Okay. The wide
Leave it.
receiver run continues.
Leave it.
That's all I want to know.
I'm gonna
Decent chance
guess,
that Addison falls below Quentin Johnson in ADP.
and then I'm gonna
So
watch
interesting.
Rocky's reaction as I guess, even though he won't actually confirm. It's Jordan Addison.
Poker face.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
pretty good
Rocky's
poker
frozen
face
now.
there, Rocky.
I was trying to be as neutral as possible. I am not answering the Russ doesn't want to know.
I don't want to know. Let's just. Zay Flowers to the Ravens has been. There was rumors of them liking Flowers a lot, combine time. So that wouldn't be super surprising.
That's my guess. My guess is Zay Flowers.
The only thing that would floor me is if they took a running back at this point, or Levis. So
It is the Ravens. So Zach Charbonnet, come on down.
Let's make it a thing. I'm actually
Zay
all
Flowers.
for Addison falling down the board. That's all I'm thinking
Yeah.
about right now.
Zay
The run is
Flowers.
on, but Addison.
Well, I mean, there was Addison was always the very, very first mock draft I saw had Addison going like 5th. And then after that, he's always been at the end of the first. Like I've seen him mock to Minnesota at this next pick a couple of times.
That's my guess for Minnesota's pick is Addison.
Ooh.
They have an opening for pass catchers at this point. Like, I mean, I get that Thielen got hurt a decent amount, but they still need someone else to catch the ball.
I still think it might be Levis.
I think it could be too, but also I like the Zay Flowers or Ravens pick.
Yeah, good. Because I'm happy they did it because it also goes to show that they want to build an offense, that they're not settling with Bateman and Odell Beckham. Like, so
Yeah.
I am pretty happy about it also.
Well, I mean, it's probably because Bateman and Odell play combined like 12 games this year, so they got to have somebody else there catching the ball.
How dare you slander Nelson Aguilar like that, Josh?
Forgot he was there too.
Who?
Bobby,
Nelson Aguilar.
Who?
I'll tell you a secret. I've been slandering Nelson Aguilar since he's been drafted. So
Well, okay, then you can say whatever you want
I'm on
about
a
Nelson
tradition of
Aguilar,
slandering Nelson
but-
Aguilar.
but excuse me, what about Devin Duvernay or James Proch? We all know they're the greatest ever.
Big play Duvernay.
I love having J Mike in the chat. Say my name.
Yep.
I do love that one.
Say my name, say my name. It's definitely a good one.
Reports on the Houston-Arizona trade is that the 2024 first is Houston's and not Cleveland's. That's a big deal because that's going to be early.
Maybe D'Amico Ryans knows something we don't. We thought that in the Geno deal that the Denver pick would be low, and that ended up being 5. Anything can happen.
Anything is possible.
Who are we comparing to Tyreek Hill?
Zay Flowers, it looks like.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Comparing
great.
anyone to Tyreek Hill is the dumbest thing ever.
yeah.
Hey, this guy can run. Tyreek Hill. He has 2 legs and can run on them. Tyreek.
Did someone call him fast once since elementary school? Yep, Tyreek Hill.
Definitely.
I'm really
Tyreek.
hating these boardroom handshakes and hugs more and more every time they show it. Like, That has to be like, if there's no cameras, they don't do it.
Yeah.
Like they're literally doing that for the cameras, and they're like in their 50s. They don't need to be doing that shit.
You gotta do the back pat. They probably practice this. They're like, all right, let's make sure I don't mess up the back pat. Go in, pull in for the hug.
I mean, if I'm a GM of a team, after I call the pick in, I'm just going like draft day and going to grab some pizza. Let me get a couple slices in me before,
Yeah,
I
we
gotta
know
think
we're
about
not
what I'm
trading
doing.
up.
Yes.
Night, everybody. Pick 3, done. Night, everybody.
Yep.
Who gives a shit what everyone else does?
Andrew Imber in the chat says that the report on the Houston and Cardinals trade is that it was Houston's 24 first and not Cleveland's for them to move up 3 spots.
We literally just talked about that.
Yeah. I clearly don't care. I wasn't paying attention. Caffeine's wearing off, I guess. Time to go get more.
I have
Yeah,
feelings.
I mean,
Good.
go-
I would hope that you have feelings, Russ. You are, in fact, a living being.
Yeah, I mean, good move for Arizona. I mean, obviously they're trying to tear that thing down, so getting an extra first always advantageous.
Getting a first from a team that should be bad this year to move down 3 spots is it's quite something.
I guess D'Amico really liked Will Anderson though. Had to have him.
I will say there are a bunch of like real NFL people who say basically the 2 most important positions to have set are quarterback and edge, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad way to build a team. It's just a lot to give up to move 3 spots.
I do think too this is also 2 years of Houston not caring about anything and finally like, all right, we're back in it now. Let's do this. We got this.
Yeah, let's give our fans something to cheer about. Someone's wearing a jersey that says fan of the year, but they're not a Texans fan, so I don't know what that's about.
Ooh.
They're showing the Vikings, that's why.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't had a Will Levis sighting in 10 minutes.
They're probably
I know the 0. What percent that he'd be available right now.
And that's what I want to see. Like, where are we at? Like, is it like 99.2% that he shouldn't be here? Because that's what you want to see as you're sitting in the green room just dying inside.
They probably finally realized that it's a little insensitive to keep showing him.
They didn't care when it was Geno Smith.
That's true.
They have not figured that out in 25 years.
That's rough.
I mean, honestly, I give a lot of respect to those guys because if I'm not like a for sure top 5 pick, why are you going? Like, you could be that guy. And I would not want to be that guy.
Because you had enough high-paid people tell you that you should fall into there, and
Yeah.
you want to be there to walk on the stage and do a ridiculously planned out high five with Roger Goodell.
They're also, you have to remember, Josh, that they're surrounded by yes men. They're surrounded by a bunch of people who generally think and feel that they're about to come into a bunch of money. So they just tell them what they want to hear.
Dude, I know someone brought up Geno Smith. I don't know if you ever heard the Geno Smith story that he came to New York with 1 suit, didn't thinking he was going to be there on day 2. So the next morning he had to run to a place. I think that was still New York City in the Geno draft.
Yeah.
And buy a suit and kind of get it quickly tailored to him so that he could show up the next day in a different suit.
I wouldn't have shown up. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You don't get to be Hall of Fame Seattle Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith without having some guts.
Yeah, I'm giving you an evil look, Josh. You just can't tell right now.
If they could stop showing Deontay Banks on the board, the Giants would appreciate that.
Does he score points? No interest.
Yeah, guys.
Bother me with that stuff.
All other teams, Deontay Banks does not score fantasy points unless you play IDP. So, like, don't draft him. That's all I'm saying.
Or if you play in a league with me, go ahead and draft him. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, no, what I'm saying is real teams, he won't score fantasy points for you. So, like, don't do it.
So Andrew's got an interesting comment here. Levis should have come out last year. Could have been the first QB taken.
He's not wrong.
That'd be more interesting versus Pickett. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially with that year he had last year at Kentucky. I mean,
I didn't know his name last year. Was he? I didn't even know. Was he? I guess he was eligible.
Yeah, he would have
Yeah.
been, I think.
Literally, like I did not hear the name Will Levis until 2023 draft time came around. Jordan Addison.
yep.
The run continues.
To Minnesota? Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man,
That's a good pick.
I still think I think I keep Addison over Quentin Johnston.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
this might be the best landing spot of the four.
But
I will say at this point, I absolutely do not want the Giants to go wide receiver anymore.
We're at. Pull the plug.
I mean, J. Mike brought up
look
Cedric
at that
Tillman.
suit.
Because the only one, the only one that has been talked about at all outside of these guys to the Giants has been Hyatt, and just
No,
Hyatt's fine, but like no, do
no,
not select him at 25.
Hyatt's not fine.
He's fine.
Man.
Wow.
I wonder if this run pushes Mingo into the first round now, Jonathan Mingo.
No.
Listen, we have
Wait.
seen way stranger things than that happen.
Jacksonville.
Oh, there's a
trade.
trade.
I just heard,
Giants.
but I don't know what
The Giants.
I don't know what the trade terms
They're
are.
Wait,
moving
the Giants
up
should
to
move
get a
up one
wide
pick.
receiver. Let's go. Let's go.
They absolutely just traded up so they don't miss out on the run.
Oh god.
On the plot, like I'm now super happy. Like it's funny. Like I was saying, all right, the 108 is now the end of my tier because I'm gonna just throw
Wait, I have-
Will in there.
I have the terms. The Giants give up their first, the Jags give up their first, and the Jags also get a 5th round pick and a 7th round pick.
Yeah, it's not going to cost much to do that.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so
Will
Levis
Levis.
is not in the top 8 anymore, but Quentin Johnston to me is just like stapled in there now. Like I'm going to get a couple of him.
Yeah.
Unless like Charbonnet goes to Miami. Like that's like I'm trying to think of what would knock Johnston out of my 108.
What if Charbonnet's an Eagle?
Yeah, that's him.
So this draft capital was close enough. I don't think it changes my wide receiver ranks much. I mean, I
Yeah,
still prefer
mine's
Addison,
not
then
changed.
Quentin, then Zay.
Mine's not changed at all. Oh wow, he wasted no time during the draft. Is that Stroud? Is that Young, who already has a commercial going for K Jewelers?
JSN is in this commercial too, Russ.
Was he?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I just looked up at the last second.
With the Players Tribune. Okay. So, Bobby, how do you feel about this trade up for Jalen Hyatt? Give us the insight scoop here.
Like we joke, but like Hyatt is good for real football. It's just a shitty pick right here.
It's not going to be Hyatt.
He
What
can
else is
do
it gonna
one
be?
thing really well.
What else do you trade up one pick for after 3 wide receivers just go off the board. 4
I don't.
wide receivers just go off
4.
the board.
I don't think they're trading up because of the wide receiver run. I think they're trading up to get either a defensive player or a center, essentially. Which I don't really know why they couldn't just wait till they're picked to do one of those two things, but that's my guess. I hope that I'm not wrong, because otherwise it is going to be Jalen Hyatt.
Or they get Will Levis. Let's go.
I was going to make that joke too. The pick is in.
These commercials are the worst. Like, just there should.
Here's
I get that the NFL cares more about money than everything else, but like there should be no
Yes.
commercials in the damn draft.
They also had to think that the Jags were going to take this player, which also does make me think that it was like a defensive back, essentially.
If they are worried about the Jags, that they felt the need to make sure they don't draft, and it's clearly not a wide receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my point.
And
Many Schefters let me know this, by the way.
Oh, man.
Is it an offensive player?
It is not an offensive player.
All right. The run ends.
It's Deontay Banks. And if it's not, we rage. But we don't actually rage.
Bobby's upset. He was looking forward to getting his Jalen Hyatt jersey.
They really need a player like Banks, to be honest. So, but yeah, also to be fair, it's not just about the Jags. The Giants could have been worried that someone else was trying to trade in.
Trade
too.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
that's what it would have to be.
Yeah, because otherwise the Jags, when they trade back, they just be like, nah, we're doing this.
Yeah, that's why I think the Eagles traded up 1 pick in the 9. They not
Right.
just that they were worried the Bears would take him, but somebody else would be like, "Oh, Jalen Carter's still on the board."
Yeah, and I'm sure there were probably a few teams calling.
Okay, real Schefter, shut up and tell us what the pick is. Mini Schefter, you did a great job. Don't pick after real Schefter.
Well, I thought they had little podiums in their room. I didn't realize those were the chairs.
Oh, yeah, we're clapping. We're clapping. We got the best player in the draft, guys. We're clapping.
Look at those handsome men. Just look at them.
I'm looking.
I was actually going to ask. Andrew says in the chat, "Do you have somebody you're rooting for here for the Cowboys?"
I mean, I am not going to be upset if the pick is Joey Porter Jr.
That guy they hand to is not a handsome man. That is some
they
more
can't all be.
going on.
They can't all be you, Bobby. They can't all
Yeah.
be you. Some of us were just born facially defeated.
Andrew mentioned Nolan Smith in the chat. He was a guy that people here around here were talking about the Eagles taking at 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Nolan Smith, but excitement. Yeah, give me Joey Porter. I would be excited about that. Obviously, not dynasty related, but
Right.
I mean, they could also be in the tight end market. I mean, I'm sure people thought 1 or 2 of those guys would be off the board already, and they're all there. So
Yeah, they could have their choice.
they could maybe start a little mini tight end run or something like that. But
I will say, and I do somewhat wonder if the Giants have Joey Porter above Banks. I like Banks a little better personally, but I wouldn't mind Porter either.
yeah, I agree with you. I like Banks better as well, but I don't think you'll be disappointed either way.
You got your guy.
Deontay Banks.
Sweet. Let's
All right.
go.
Oh, he's crying.
That's a shame. I thought Jalen Hyatt would be a really good fit.
Guys, what I didn't tell you is that I'm secretly Joe Shane. I'm the one drafted the Giants.
Well, you've been doing a hell of a job. Good for you. They better give you.
I've never seen you two in the same room. So
That's what I'm saying.
Factually correct. Factually.
You know, I saw Dave's and I was like, this guy knew how to win at Bama. He learned under Bill Belichick. Let's get this guy as our head coach.
he had a helping hand in some guy named Josh Allen, a guy I compared to Jalen Hurts last year. So
Bills just traded into the new Jaguars pick.
Man, Jaguars racking up some stuff. I mean, they're lower stuff, but it's still stuff.
I wonder if this is Brian Branch.
Yeah, like what do the Bills need?
I think they need safety help, which is what kind of brought me to Brian Branch. But
Jags are gonna be cleaning up in the 5th and 7th. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the J Mike Invitational on the 5th this year. They're just getting all 32.
Make every 5th round pick.
Look at that Josh Allen commercial right in time.
Beautiful.
It's almost like they planned this.
Synergy.
Yeah, man. There are a lot of commercials.
Yep.
I'm just surprised they don't they don't do kind of like the English Premier League and just, let these guys wear Gillette on the back of their suit jacket or something. Get the commercials out of the way.
What did I missed it? What did the Bills trade to the Jags to get?
They haven't announced it on TV yet.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Schefter.
Terms, mini Schefter. The terms for the trade.
Yeah, that's actually a good bit ago. I mean, you guys didn't know. I don't know what it is.
We're all trying to hear what he's saying. It's really fun.
I know. We're like, what's that? Let me turn my ear closer. Like that's gonna help me.
He saw it, but he can't.
130 for 25. It was 27 and 130.
27 and 130, wherever that says. Is that the 5th?
I think that's a 5th, yeah.
Yeah, for 25.
Not bad for the Jags.
Yeah, just getting another pick in the 5th. Not bad. Like I remember, I can't remember if it was hockey or what it was. There were rumors of literally like one little patch right here as an advertisement, and like every old man was up in arms about it. And I'm just like, if that gives me one less commercial or makes something I buy $2 cheaper, I'm in. I don't effing care if there's an advertisement on their jerseys. Like, who the hell cares?
Interesting pick.
Don't
defensive.
No. Because this is going to ruin Zach Charbonnet for good. I was trying to like not look directly into the camera. I'm like side eyeing it.
I know. I saw you. I was trying to keep my poker face.
I don't know anything, but I just started laughing because I was like, now that Russ said that, it's definitely Charbonnet.
I mean, I'm fine saying it, but if you guys want to wait till the pick is actually announced on TV.
No, let's wait.
I just wanted to know if it was offensive or defensive.
No, because that spoils the fun. Because if it's defense, no one cares. So I want to care for as long as possible.
I care. Defense is important.
Who are these women? Like that, one of them has to be his mother, and the other two look just like her, but they're sitting real close to him.
That's a very small couch.
Like,
oh, good. 99.9% that you won't be here, Will Levis. Let's just rub it in some more.
I know.
Where's the point where they go, there's a 0% chance you would be here, but you are?
His girlfriend does look very much like his mom. That's unfortunate.
She does.
Also, we get to end a little early tonight because of the Dolphins tampering. Good job.
Yeah, we get
Dolphins.
like 10 less minutes.
And yeah, he's not getting unless someone trades in. He's not getting drafted.
Yeah.
Wait. So we got, I think, girlfriend, mom's sister. Is that
That's
right?
That's what I was
Honestly,
assuming too. Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to put together. And the Chiefs are just like, F it. We feel bad. We'll take Levis. It's fine. We
It's
don't need
fine. We don't
need
really need anything anyway.
Yeah.
Well, kind of the funny thing about that is Chris Collinsworth did a mock draft on PFF and took Hendon Hooker at 31. So anything's possible at this point.
all I know is the girlfriend's talking to the mom and the sister and being like, just so you know, if he's not a first rounder,
We're done.
I'm out.
He's not making $5 million. I was made promises. I don't take backups.
VH1 should do the where are they now, but find all of these girlfriends from draft day and see what they're doing now.
No, I do not give a shit. No.
that would actually be a really good reality TV show.
It
You
would.
should pitch that.
Oh,
R.I.P. Dawson Knox.
Dalton Kincaid.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
like,
really?
they've been looking for their tight end to contribute for years, and
I
not.
thought,
He was never really it.
yeah, I thought he died 2 years ago. So there you go.
Either that or they're going to run the 2 tight end set that everyone talks about, and it's going to be just like Aaron Hernandez and Gronk without the murder, just like we always say.
Oh man.
No, that's why the Patriots got Gesicki.
Yep, exactly. Anytime a team takes 2 tight ends who could possibly be fantasy relevant, we go, don't worry, guys. They're going to use both of them. And the answer is no, they're not.
I mean, Kincaid is pretty much just a really big wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're never gonna see him inline block.
Or unless you did like he right here where he didn't even pretend to block. He was in
Right.
line on the goal line formation and he just started running, probably jumped early too, but he's like, nope, just gonna go. Not even gonna not gonna
That's
chip.
why it's
Is that 25th overall?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or 25th. That's why it's RIP Dawson Knox though, because Knox is gonna inline block.
Yeah.
I mean, like Kincaid to the Cowboys wouldn't have been.
By the way, someone
Yeah, it's
in the
probably why they
chat that
traded
I'm in did just say you will see them both on the field at the same time. And to which I will say, yes, you will, but Dawson Knox will be blocking while Kincaid runs out.
That is a large man.
Yeah. That's when he's in a room full of normies.
So Michael Mayer.
There's been a lot of chatter from Dallas media that Cowboys like him.
Literally just put that on the
Josh.
ESPN screen.
Because he's
The
Jason
important-
Witten.
The
He's-
important question is, how do the Cowboys feel about Tucker Kraft? I'm asking for my fantasy team specifically.
Is that who you took in like the 4th?
Yeah.
Well, listen,
They're showing Michael Mayer.
it could be a deal where Tucker Kraft gets taken in the 4th. They double dip at the position, and
And if they're taking 2, they're both going to be on the field at the same time.
they're going to run all those sets with.
Hey, remember Mark Andrews was the second tight end taken for the Ravens.
That's
Well,
true.
Just because the Ravens made a bad pick the first time around.
But
No,
also,
like, oh no, let
they
us
were
get a
playing
do-over
wide
on that
receiver.
one.
Yeah.
They were playing like 4 tight end sets at some points.
Josh, I do have a lot of Peyton Hendershot, so you're telling me I shouldn't have a lot of Peyton Hendershot?
I am telling you, you should not have a lot of pick.
Yeah, I would have.
I have a decent amount of Jake Ferguson.
I also have some Jake Ferguson, but I got
Again,
them
you
both for
should
free.
not have that.
Well,
Well, I'm
good
sure you paid
news
nothing
is,
for either of them, so it doesn't really matter. But
in your fantasy insurance salesman league, those 2 guys are going to be pretty high on the board.
Now what you have to do
Well,
is like
but-
instead of college to Canton, campus to Canton, you got to do insurance to car salesman.
Yeah.
Is that like 10 skill position players off the board so far?
4 receivers, 3 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, and a tight end. So yes.
I mean, it's 10. Like
It's not bad.
I was
Oh,
just saying
think
it as
you
a
thought
way
you
of
were asking.
introduction. Like I don't. Sorry, Rocky. Like if I needed someone to check
NFL
my-
comparison, Jason Witten. I hate NFL comparisons.
Yeah.
But, like,
I mean,
Mayer is a Cowboys type tight end. Like that is who he is.
he's Jason Witten.
Dalton Kincaid is Jason Witten.
No.
No, Michael
Mayer.
Mayer.
I was gonna say more Mike Meyer, right? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kincaid's a straight up wide receiver.
yeah.
yeah.
Dalton Kincaid ain't blocking nobody.
I'm
He
pretty sure
blocked
he could block
nobody.
me, Josh.
Mayer's freaking out a little bit though. You can see it. Breathing heavy.
All I'm saying is Kincaid could definitely block me. That's not saying much because everyone could block me, including Minnie Schefter could block me.
Well,
but
Bobby,
Think he
it's
could.
A
a,
strong wind.
yeah,
I was gonna say a vaguely energetic gust of wind could probably block me, so I'm not.
He said it better than I did.
Bobby,
It's
if
like
a-
summer's breeze, and I'm like, I just can't make any progress, you know.
but Bobby,
guys
if a
ever
team ever
seen-
pays you to come off the edge, just
Mhm.
be happy about them checks and don't worry about what Michael Mayer can do to you.
You ever see that episode of SpongeBob where he like struggles to lift up the stick with the marshmallows attached at the end? That's pretty accurate for other Bobs too.
Wait. Ooh, we have a question. Yojens in a 2-point tight end premium rookie draft, Kincaid or a wide receiver that isn't JSN? I'm still
A
taking.
wide
I don't
receiver
think,
that's not this, man.
I'm still
I
taking
think
Addison.
Addison, Quinton, Jordan.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's still
I'll
the
take
Bills.
the field.
Quinton
Like,
is
that's
above.
what you need to remember.
Kincaid.
It is still the Bills.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
And tight ends are slow. He'll maintain value at best rather than increase. He's not
I
going
mean, that's an interesting. If Levis goes at 210 to the Titans, he should probably still go early second in rookie drafts, right? Because he'll sit for a year, and that, or whenever they get bored of Tannehill not being good, might still play.
I think Zay Flowers should probably still go above him as well. So yeah, all the wide receivers probably.
Yeah.
before Kincaid.
I mean, I get it. Two points per reception is a lot, but I still think all of these wide receivers are just better and they're in good spots. Like no one went to a bad spot. I'm convincing myself that JSN did not go to a bad spot.
Tight end premium, it might be more of a conversation between him and Zay Flowers, but I'm like a Zay Flowers hater. I don't mean to be, but like I'm not excited. And if you're not really excited about Zay Flowers, you're a hater at this point.
Why are you so low on Zay Flowers?
I just think he's terrible. You know, I think he's awful. You guys going to be here for a minute? I promised someone else I'd try and stop in before the draft ends.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be here to the end at this point.
yeah.
All right,
I'll be here
I'm
till
on
the
my
end.
way back here. The other stream's going to expect me to like talk and not play chess and stuff, though. So I'm
No.
maybe fine.
You
think
should hang
about
out here, Peter. We don't expect you.
That's probably my best bet. But yeah, I'll try and be back.
All right. See you, Peter.
All right,
All right, here we go.
let's see who Dallas got. I mean,
What do
Rocky
you
already
think it is,
knows,
Josh?
but
Rocky does already know. It's Levis to play behind Prescott.
it's smart. It's a smart play.
I have no idea who
Yeah.
that is.
Okay, Mozzie
Mazzie
Smith.
Smith.
I like big dudes. You can clip that if you want.
He
And then he does his intro video without wearing a shirt.
Oh,
he's no Jalen Carter.
I will say, I know we just said that the Cowboys were going to take Michael Mayer, but he is also a fit for the Jags, especially with them having some difficulties working out long-term contracts with Evan Ingram. And also Evan Ingram, this might be my Giants bias talking, but Evan Ingram, even despite his good year with Trevor Lawrence, still sucks and has stone hands. So
Yeah, that's
whatever.
absolutely just you being angry.
But the crazy thing is that Michael Mayer could go anywhere in the next 3 picks. I mean, Cincinnati,
Cincy was a rumor, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he
New
shouldn't go to
New
New
Orleans.
Orleans. Like, Jawan Johnson was doing really well, at least fantasy-wise. I mean, I don't know if he was good real life, but he was catching the ball enough. He seemed to be doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think that I mean that's kind of a team that needs weapons, though. I mean, you got Chris Olave and
Chris
some stuff.
Olave
Yeah,
and Chris Olave. Yeah, but like that's when you take a wide receiver in the second. If you're going to luxury pick, I think you just do better than that. Like, if you're going to luxury pick, you take Jalen Hyatt at the end of the first. Like that to me is better than.
Oh no, I would rather have Michael Mayer than Jalen Hyatt.
When you already have Juwan Johnson.
I mean, I think Juwan Johnson is fine, but I mean,
But the thing is, with Michael Mayer it's not that he's like some offensive weapon. It's just that he's very good at all parts of things. Like, chances are Michael Mayer's not going to be great for fantasy because he's going to be blocking a decent amount if he's on a team with a bad offensive line.
But does New Orleans have a bad defensive line or a bad offensive line?
I have absolutely no idea.
I think they're like decent. I don't think they're amazing, but I think they're like top 15, which is fine.
Are they still making Transformer movies?
So also just really quick, going back to the Giants pick, because I realized I had something else to say about it now that I've had more time to digest. I am a little surprised that they traded up with both Porter and Banks available, meaning at least one of them would have been available at their pick, which means that Banks that much higher than Porter. But I will say, from what I know, Banks is a better scheme fit for Wink, and that's my real football contribution, which I know some things about real football, actually probably more these days than I do about fantasy football.
Yeah, but like, seeing as how there's 7 rounds in the NFL draft, and even if there are 2 dudes on the board that you can take and you like one better, throwing a 5 and a 7 to go get the guy you actually want is like,
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm not mad about it.
And the thing is, the Jaguars can still take Joey Porter Jr. after trading down twice.
Yeah, they absolutely
I
can.
think that's what the Giants were worried about or what they were thinking about doing.
Yeah.
In fact, we get the Cincinnati taking Mayer because that's what's been mocked forever at this point.
Yeah.
My friend who's a Jags fan legitimately thinks the Jags are going to take Michael Mayer right here. He thinks he's a huge scheme fit for them.
Again, I have absolutely no idea what that offense is supposed to be or what it will be with. Not to say that, I mean, Zay Jones and Christian Kirk did really, really well last year, but I mean, Calvin Ridley's an upgrade.
Assuming he hasn't lost his skills, because if you haven't played for a while, your skills can deteriorate.
I'm assuming he hopefully at least kept in shape. But Evan Engram, just like, to me, that feels luxury when I don't think the Jaguars have the luxury to make that pick.
I mean, if I was them, I would probably take Porter.
Yes, I think defense is a much bigger issue for them than their tight end. Like, if anything, you try and find a way to get Bowers next year and just ride with Engram on his tag.
Yep. It's probably the latest I've been up in like half a year. I don't know that that's actually true, but it feels true.
It's all that matters as long as it feels true.
I know we had our New Orleans debate about Mayer, but man, that kind of seems like a pick that if somebody really wants to get Levis and a 5th-year option, that almost seems like a pick that's made to get traded out to grab him.
I mean, I think because at this point, I'm going with Jaguars taking Porter, Cincinnati taking Mayer, and then 29, 30, 31, 32. I guess no, there is no technically 32.
Right, no 32.
So I didn't remember if they took away number 32 or if they just skipped over whatever number the Dolphins were supposed to be. Like, Yeah,
Yeah,
anywhere
that's a
after-
good point.
Yeah, I'm ready for. Oh, here,
Sure.
Nolan Smith off outside linebacker at number
Okay.
2. I'm here for that for Jaguars.
There is one less option for teams to get a 5th-year option on a player with that 32 pick.
Yeah,
gone.
right.
That's a different girl.
Listen, Will Levis may not be winning by getting drafted, but he's trying to win in other ways.
He
That's-
won in other ways.
That's a competitor right there. Guy who, maybe doesn't win with his first move, but the second and third move.
Looked like he was losing a Candy Crush right there, though. Here we go. 27th pick in the NFL draft. Anton Harrison. I think that's an offensive tackle.
Yep. He's a guy that was being mocked towards the end of the first round.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard that name before.
Keep T-Law as healthy as humanly possible.
Hell yeah. I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong.
So you guys have seen the Jags pick, right? I just spaced out for a second.
Yeah, the offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bengals could also use plenty of help on defense. Like,
Well, and they could use offensive line help too.
I wonder if there's another offensive lineman worth taking at this point. I have no idea.
There's what's the top center's name? Was it like Tiemann or whatever?
Oh, you talking about John Michael Schmitz?
John Jacob.
1 second.
Can't believe the Bills took a tight end in the first.
It was Joe Tippmann was who I was thinking of,
Joe Tippmann, yeah.
but
What's
also
that
John
name?
Michael Schmitz, Joe Tippmann.
Titman?
Tip.
Tip.
Okay, that's a little better.
You've been looking a little too much at Will Levis's girls, man.
Like I
I'm
said,
looking at whatever ESPN is showing me, or NFL Network is showing me, or whoever I'm watching. ESPN.
He wins in other ways.
But yeah, actually, no. I think Joe Tippmann was projected to be like a 2nd-round pick or 2nd, 3rd. So
Yeah, we
Look,
see
at
those
this
guys
point,
go in the first
do you
round.
really care about that? Like, if you're at pick 30, again, like, you just take the guy you want.
Yeah, well,
John
I mean,
Michael Jingleheimer Schmidt.
John Michael Jingle McCann Schmidt.
you hear it every year. They say NFL teams have first round grades on like 18 to 22 guys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
at
After
28, you're just like, all right, let me get the guy we like the most that's in a reasonable range. And
Yep. This
I
is
wonder,
also
I
how,
wonder if, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is also how you know that's a different era. That on draft night, for the past 2 years, I've been happy with the Giants picks, at least for the first round.
Yeah.
Is it because they haven't gone offense? Who did they take last year?
Last year they went offense.
Was that
No, they
Tony
went-
last year?
Or no,
Javon
you're-
Kin- or not Javon Kinlaw.
yeah, they went offense because they took Evan Neal, and then they took
Wandale Robinson. Was that the first or that was the second?
No, that was second.
Thibodeau and Evan Neal were their first round.
Yeah.
picks.
Oh, Thibodeau's good though.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, those were kind of hard. Those picks were like gifted to them, kind of hard to mess them up at that point, but still.
Oh no! This is the NFL. So
And I will say, Evan Neal, the jury's still out, but I have hopes for him.
Listen, we see the Raiders mess it up pretty much every year. So
with the 28th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Miles Murphy, defensive end, Clemson. Keep bringing him in, baby.
So now does one of these next 3 picks get traded for the Will Levis?
I hope. Oh, freaking autocorrect.
I could see the Eagles doing that.
I could see any of these next 3 teams doing it.
So what do we got? We got New Orleans, Philly, and Kansas City, and that's it, right?
That's fun. It's true. Yeah, Andrew mentioned in the chat, Nolan Smith is still on
And
the board, right?
And so is Joey Porter.
Yeah. No,
I'd
poor
be-
Joey Porter.
I'd be happy with either of those guys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I am kind of hoping you trade this pick to whoever wants Levi's.
No, I don't want the Eagles to get more draft capital. I want them to take either, like, I don't know, who's the worst possible player that they could take right now that's still rated highly? Rocky, who do you absolutely not want? And not like a unreasonably not want, not like, oh, they're going to take like Levis, but like someone they could potentially take, but you just don't want them at all.
I don't think I know well enough like any guys that are left that I absolutely don't want. I don't know.
Oh, wait,
Somebody I haven't heard of. That's who I don't want.
Oh, the
So
Eagles
if
can
they-
have Jalen Hyatt. I like
I was
it.
going to say if they took
Oh,
Jalen Hyatt,
I would not want Jalen Hyatt. That
Okay,
was-
come on, Jalen Hyatt. Let's go. That's what we want.
I appreciate getting the FU Rocky in before we leave, Bobby.
It's not an FU Rocky yet. It's an FU Rocky if they take a player.
they
that
make
is
a good
active
pick.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if they like execute a trade and they're like, oh yeah, we'll just give you our 24 first, our 25 first, our 26 first, our firstborn children.
We'll get somebody's first for it, and it'll be like 10 again next year.
I was actually waiting for them to do that at 10. Just trade with some poor sucker that would
Here's
give
a
him
bunch of
3
money
firsts.
under the table to help with your cap problems. You know,
Yeah.
we heard that Jalen Hurts just signed this big contract here. We'll pay it all for you. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, well, his cap hits are ridiculously low the next couple of years anyway, so.
Yeah.
Fucking Howie.
Fuck
Such a
Howie.
dick being good at his job.
Howie's
I
my
want to
enemy.
look up the Lamar structure and see if it's done similarly.
Yeah, Andrew is right. Eagles can have Jalen Hyatt. Exactly, Andrew.
Yep. He also said in the comment before that they take Nolan Smith and just have the entire Georgia defense.
I would,
But also,
I think that might be the pick if he's there.
as
If he doesn't get picked by
somebody
his
who
team.
drafted Jalen Hyatt in our draft before the NFL draft, I don't actually want him on the Eagles because he would never get the ball ever. KC though, maybe. They'd be like, "Oh, he's fast, like Tyreek Hill, right? Let's just put him where Tyreek Hill used to be. Go."
Yeah, there was some talk about the Chiefs possibly taking Hyatt if he was there. Yet more commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I,
a talking dogs movie? I'm in.
Yeah, is this just like new Homeward Bound?
From the humans that brought you Cocaine Bear.
Oh, all right.
wait, for real?
Yeah.
That's what it
And
said.
20
Yeah.
And 21 Jump Street.
Two very similar movies.
I haven't muted, so this is really weird to watch. I just see the dog's mouth moving and nothing happening.
Well, don't worry, they eat mushrooms at one point, so
Oh yeah, there's a weird puppet thing now.
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't know what was going on there. It became a cartoon, and there was a puppet.
that's what happens when you eat the mushrooms, kids.
I guess so.
You know from experience, Josh. That's what you're telling us right now.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Mini Schefter's like, what are you
Wait
these
till May
guys talking
17th
about?
for
Minnie Schechter already has that record on hand. He's just waiting to drop it after the show.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania doesn't come on Disney Plus until May 17th.
They
Like,
announced
why are
the
they
date
waiting that long?
finally? Oh, I can
Yeah,
tell you why they're
just
waiting
now.
that long.
Because it's not that good.
Well, no, I mean probably, but no. That's not why. They don't want the PR smoke from being attached with Jonathan Myers or how. What's his
Yeah.
last name? I'm blanking on it.
I
but
forget.
Majors. Jonathan
Majors,
Majors. That's
yeah.
it.
What I don't know what happened.
He was involved in a domestic violence dispute. And
Oh, was
he was
he?
dropped. He was
Yeah.
dropped by his agent and like all this stuff. And so they're definitely like, we don't want to do any PR about this movie because he's a big person in it.
Yes, that would be the very fair reason to do that.
Yeah. So that's,
I mean,
like,
honestly, the only people that haven't dropped them is the MCU.
yeah. I mean, they've been talking supposedly about recasting him, which I imagine will happen with given everything else.
Right.
But who knows? But that's also, yeah, because I haven't seen it either, Russ, because I'm very much at the point where I'm like, I'm not going to a fucking theater. Just let me stream this movie.
Yep.
It didn't even seem like an Ant-Man movie.
That's upsetting. Well, yeah, because the Ant-Man movie, the good thing about Ant-Man movies were how small world they were. Like the first one was literally just a freaking heist movie with a fight scene at the end.
Yeah.
Which literally was small world. Like,
by the way, I'm not saying that just about like this movie in particular. Like that is since the pandemic, that has been my stance on pretty much every movie. Is like, why would I go to the theater when I can watch this at home? And if I have to, I can pause. I can go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
See, I want to go to the theater.
Many Schefter has to see the MCU movies as soon as they come out.
I miss caring that much. He came into range of your camera just to nod. I'm a fan of Mini Schefter.
Now that I am off Twitter, there's nobody who could spoil it for me besides like my direct friends, and they know that I would be super pissed if they did. So I can just wait to watch it on my own time. It's very freeing, guys. Not gonna lie. Same thing with like playing new video games. I can now wait for games to be discounted because I don't have to play them right away, thinking like, oh, people might spoil this for me.
Right.
There are certain MCU movies that I still feel that way about. Like any Spider-Man movie, I don't care. Even on the off chance that someone randomly spoils it for me, I will still go to the theater and see it.
It's funny, like I've gotten past the point of caring about movies that like I didn't even see the Batman in theaters. Like
I didn't. Yeah, I saw it at home too.
Like that's how past like needing to see things I have become, which makes me a little sad because first of all, I do love just seeing movies in the movies. Like I love going to theaters, but like that drive to want to actually get up and do something where I'd have to find someone to watch my kids and crap like that, where it's just so much work.
No, streaming at home is just too convenient.
All right.
By the way, Russ, totally off topic, but related to streaming. The Mandalorian finale was, and I'm assuming you watched it, was like probably the best Star Wars anything I've seen in a long time.
It was really good. It was really good. I love Grogu as an actual character and not like the entire season, like people talk to him and he actually moves and has like a personality and he's not just a thing people hold and talk about.
Yeah. Oh, another thing, and I said this in the chat, and I feel like you'll appreciate it, is how you do comedic relief is not Jar Jar Binks, but rather like the whole like, yes. No,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
Oh, they're showing Will Levi's going to the Eagles. Let's go.
0.1% chance he'd
Look,
be
nobody.
available. Gotta take him.
1%. Look,
The
nobody.
Eagles are like, this is amazing value. He shouldn't have 0% chance he should have been here.
Nobody thought that they needed to take Jalen Hurts when they did. Just saying.
That's right. That's right.
I don't even know
If they take Will Levis, I'm going to say, fuck you, Bobby.
I don't even know if I have the energy to say fuck you, Rocky, at this point.
I think I just laugh. Like, what do you do right now if they actually take like?
They're not taking Levis.
I just clap. I just clap. and clap and clap.
Either that or like they're converting him to like he's the new Taysom Hill. He's going to be tight end.
So what you're saying is he would make Jalen Hurts fantasy rosterers very mad because he'd come in and like vulture all the touchdowns.
Yes.
Except Jalen Hurts would do that better than Will Levis, so I don't know why they would do that.
Because, Rocky, the Eagles are just showing off at this point, okay? They need to make some bad picks, do some bad things so the rest of the league can catch up to them. Jeez.
The problem is there's so many good players on the board still.
Yep. And also they have Howie in charge, so you know they're not going to make a bad pick. Josh, let's do this. Let's get really, really, really fucking rich and then just offer Howie a bunch of money to leave the Eagles.
What?
Do you want me to
Let's do it.
pick them now?
Let's do it.
No one's looking at me.
Why are they taking so long? Why can't they just put their pick in? I'm ready for.
And I'm not even saying have him join like the Giants or Cowboys, just like truce, we make a ton of money and be like, here's a bunch of money to leave the Eagles. And that's all you have to do is never work for the Eagles again.
My computer says I have 13 minutes of battery, so at any moment I could zap out of here. And I'm
That's
too
interesting.
lazy to go upstairs.
The 32 pick is marked as Pittsburgh, and I'm assuming that's just the start of the second round.
Correct.
Yeah. Chase Claypool.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool pick.
God.
That's insane. Essentially give up a first for Chase Claypool.
I will say bye to you guys just in case I do zap out of here.
I'm very glad we not only got to see you, but I got to talk to you. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Eagles got the best player in the draft. We're clapping. We are clapping.
Are they? They're just sort of standing there.
No, they were
Really?
clapping.
They were
They might be
clapping.
past it. They were clapping.
All right.
And
they
also,
check
yeah, if your
They should
computer
be
dies,
clapping because I know what the pick is.
if your
They
computer
should be
dies,
clapping.
bye, Josh, and preemptively, fuck you, Rocky.
Thank you for getting it in there just so Josh can hear it.
That's right.
Yeah. It's going to be like Joey Porter, right?
They drafted Jalen Carter again. They liked him that much.
Yeah. Give him a 9 and 30.
Good pick. Good pick at 30. I love it. I love it. You know what I wish that we could get more of the Vikings. What was that? 2003 where they just missed their pick and it was a mad dash for every other team to run up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get one of those a year.
Yeah, but
at
back
a
then-
random time.
Back then we saw people running up.
Yeah. Like every year, just at a random time, we need a team to miss a pick and just see everyone else in the league running up. We have a guy.
And the thing is, like, every team knows beforehand if they're the pick or not, but they don't know who is the pick.
Right.
So like Casey sitting there like, we know it's not us. Is it the Eagles? Can it be the Eagles? It might be the Eagles. And they're like, they have they have like Kadarius Toney in like sprinting position with a card in his hand, or like his hand back for like relay race. Like, ready to go.
I wonder if every team has one guy on their staff that they send that is that guy, the just in case guy. Like, oh, they missed a pick. We got the sprinter. Get him up there. Let's go.
Like, do they still walk do they even still walk the pickup, or is it just like,
I think it's all phoned in since the pandemic.
yeah, someone has their finger on the dot, like you type the number in and
Yeah.
your fingers above the send key.
Oh my goodness. What is with this song and dance, Rocky? 4 people on stage. Let's just get the pick in.
I have no idea.
I
And they have
remember back
mics on, so they're gonna say something.
Donna Kelsey.
back in my day, the first round, we didn't have any of these shenanigans. That was saved for like the 4th or 5th round where people
Right?
came up.
Well, the
Yeah.
second round was when the players started doing it, and then the third round was
Dude, perfect. Why
Is-
is Dude Perfect up there?
That's what I was just wondering. I'm like,
what
did
is
they?
Dude Perfect?
They're
They're
like
the people who
like
do like
you-
trick shots and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
they have like a whole YouTube thing.
yeah.
yeah,
They're like YouTube celebrities.
yeah.
We're on YouTube. Are we YouTube celebrities?
No.
Yeah, I mean, if they want me to get up to the draft and just talk senselessly, I can do that.
Also,
mean-
the sixth round used to be where like kickers would come in and announce the
Yep.
pick and be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm a kicker. This is the most hyped anyone has ever been to see a kicker."
So they just flipped a giant coin for something.
And
They're
it was
deciding
heads.
between two players, and they flipped the coin to decide who it was.
All right,
That
well,
would
here
be
we go.
amazing.
Oh, she
All right.
flipped. Did they just flip to figure out which one she'll announce?
I
for?
heard
Whether
it.
would be for the
I heard it,
Eagles or
and
the
fuck
Chiefs?
you, Rocky. Fuck.
Honestly,
We just have the entire Georgia defense at this point.
That's not a
while
bad
while I don't love the pick, if it was Jory Porter, I would have been a lot more upset.
That's true. I would have too, but this is still.
Oh, I'm happy with it.
Hold on. We need to talk about this.
Oh,
The-
we lost Josh.
Yeah. I think his computer died.
This guy is wearing almost all white except his tie and his sneakers are red. That is
Okay.
baller.
Yeah, he's styling.
What?
I am a Nolan Smith fan, and now not just because his name is Nolan.
And named the Kobe Dean.
How does Minnie Schefter feel about the Nolan Smith pick?
He likes it.
I'm assuming he's an Eagles fan because he's in your house.
Yes, he's very much an Eagles fan. He was just mentioning that we know Jordan Davis, our D line is Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Nolan Smith on there.
Yep. Yep. Cool.
We just
Oh,
have
yeah.
like I said, we just have like Georgia's defense.
Hey,
Hey, Josh.
Coming from the phone.
You know, I
love
love
the
that.
dedication.
I love
Like I
that the
said-
Giants don't have like a center right now, and Evan Neal is still figuring it out while the Eagles are just building up their D line to destroy Daniel Jones. That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah, I'm loving it. They kept most of their guys, lost Hargrave, replaced them with Jalen Carter, and now we have Nolan Smith.
Yeah,
Hey,
this
Bobby,
was-
There was talk of taking it at 10.
yeah, Josh.
Bobby, if it makes you feel better, Dallas took a 6'5", 323-pound defensive tackle in the first round. So if that
Yeah, that really helps.
okay, I thought it would.
I don't care. We got Banks. I'm good.
Bobby,
Is there someone besides Levis we thought was going to go in the first that didn't go? I don't think so, right? Like, no one really thought Charbonnet was going in the first.
I mean, people were hyping up Hendon Hooker for the last 2 weeks going in the first.
Sure.
And now Will Levis isn't even going to go in the first.
There was no way that was happening. Like, there was that one dude who put Hendon Hooker at 5 to the Seahawks. I hope that guy got fired.
Oh, that was Mike Tannenbaum, and he was like, if I was the GM of every team, this is what I would do. And I go, and this is why you're not a GM. And
Yeah.
that's what you would do.
Every team, yeah.
Yeah, I saw on a mock today Hooker to the Vikings in 23.
Yeah. Hooker was a really popular in the mock drafts the last 2 weeks.
Hyatt was also, even though we've been making fun of him, he had a lot of smoke about potentially going in the first round. Although, to be fair, he could still go to KC, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're making this big deal for KC and all that stuff. Like, what if they trade out of this pick?
They could.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then
the fanfare will be for absolutely nothing then.
if
But-
they trade
but-
out of this pick, do they trade the trophies too? Is it like, oh,
Yep.
you get these?
I mean, the crazy part about this is that I don't think Kansas City trades out, and that means nobody was committed enough to Will Levis to trade back into the first round and get him.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I mean,
You have to imagine that just means like his top 30 visits or whatever. He must have done something to like off-put all these teams, considering how much his chances were to go in the first. Like he just had to like go up to like every GM and basically be like, "Yo, you see this girl right here? She looks like my mom, and I did it. And now, anyone who looks like your mom,
you know, your daughter kind of looks like my mom.
Hey,
yeah,
Get out.
listen, Zach
NFL
Wilson had a mom thing, and he went number 2. So, I mean,
yeah."
That
Probably
wasn't a
not the
thing
mom
then. We
thing,
weren't ready for that.
You know that NFL beat writers Twitter account?
yeah.
I have that like alerts for that. The Eagles are that team in your league that somehow convinces your league mates to make lopsided trades with them, and then also have good players fall to them right before they get to you.
J Mike. The Eagles are J Mike.
It's almost like I've been saying that for the past couple of seasons now. Maybe I am NFL beat writer.
They're trying to talk up Michael Mayer to the Chiefs right now. Travis Kelce can't play forever.
Yes, he can. You shush.
And then Andy Reid still in one of his freaking Hawaiian shirts. That's
By the way,
He loves
best
Hawaiian
coach in the
shirts as
business.
much as you love Jalen Hurts is going to be replaced jokes.
what?
Andy Reid loves Hawaiian shirts as much as you love Jalen Hurts.
Oh
It's
no,
going to be
he has
replaced
me beat on
jokes.
that one. Because I'm willing to admit that one's dead. But that was a good one for like a good year and a half.
Yeah.
The pick is in.
So nobody was committed enough to the Will Levis experiment. Oof.
Nope.
I still don't think it's the biggest deal. And at this point, it's not a big deal if he goes
Early
in the
second.
first half of the second round. Like, what? I don't
Barring
think
a
there's a
trade,
difference between
though,
pick
like-
32 and pick 45.
Barring a
Losing
trade,
out on the
he could last till like I think Andrew said or somebody said 210 or something like
Yeah,
that.
to the Titans at 10.
Because
Yeah,
most
but
of these other
losing out
teams
on
don't
the-
need a quarterback.
losing out on the 5th-year option is a pretty big deal. That's like, hey, we're not
That-
committing enough to you.
Yeah,
to not-
Right.
It's
Yeah, but it's also like I wonder how much they would care about that as opposed to he's going to fall to us. We don't want to pay for it. Like to move up as opposed to all right. Well, hopefully, if we don't figure it out by then we're just going to say no anyway.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like,
no idea.
when was the last time we saw a quarterback still being evaluated on their 5th-year option?
Daniel Jones. Literally Daniel Jones.
Jordan
Just
Love.
They well, actually, they didn't even pick up the 5th-year option. So
Right.
Daniel
They did-
Jones, so-
They didn't need to because they knew. Like I'm telling you, like I
Well, they knew they thought they didn't want him, and then he changed their mind.
Yeah.
Right.
don't know. I think the 5th-year option thing is antiquated.
It matters, and it also matters for fantasy because it is somewhat of job security to a certain degree.
Oh, for fantasy, yes, I love that 5th-year option, but
I think it matters for real NFL too because it gives you more flexibility when it comes to having to pay guys. Like
yeah,
I think the Eagles would have loved to have been able to push off paying Jalen Hurts another year
yeah.
just
Do you
to
think he plays on it?
yeah.
here's
plays
here's a football question while we wait for the Chiefs pick. Speaking of the Chiefs, you think Patrick Mahomes sees what Lamar just did, then waits for what like Burrow and Herbert will obviously top them because that's just what happens. The next quarterback always tops the people.
Yep.
And then he goes like, all right, time to restructure my contract to be paid like $72 million a year.
But isn't he on like a 10-year contract?
Yeah.
And a lot
Yeah.
of it is actually like clearly no contract is ever as long as it's laid out to be, but it's a couple of years before his hit gets high.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm saying he personally is like, I am not paid compared just my worth anymore. Essentially.
But it's not as if he wouldn't have seen this coming. Like
You never know, man.
I hope not. Can that be my
Ah.
answer?
People
Especially
said
when
something
they hear
similar
they take-
about Aaron Rodgers' deal, and then he kept being like, "Give me more money."
like here where they take Charbonnet for their offense to go to the next level.
But I think it's harder to push out a contract that's still, what, 8 years in the future, as opposed to kind of like what the Eagles did with Hurts and have it as a 4-year deal or a 5-year deal.
Yep. Corey in the chat says, when do QBs take the Brady approach and say, I want to be good with my team?
It's such a hard thing for me, like, especially like in Cincinnati, I want Higgins and Burrow to sit down and be like, yo, let's figure a way to keep me, you, and Chase together. But then I'm just like, fuck that. Go get every penny you Felix and the new DK Uzoma.
Oh, and your DK Uzama, yeah.
Defensive end.
They got
All
another
right.
defensive end.
What? No.
Good night, Mini Schefter. Thanks for everything.
Salute your service.
Thank you, Bobby, for you pretty much made this happen again. So I appreciate that. And it's we live close enough together that we should have had fucking dinner by now. But I'm so glad you were here, and it was wonderful seeing you.
He's the one that's been here almost the entire time.
True.
It's true.
Well, I've enjoyed being on, but also in terms of dinner, you still owe me a drink at Butter because of the bet that we
owe you a
made.
drink at Butter, 100%, yes.
But that said, I appreciated being here. But also, I was saying good night to Mini Schefter because I heard him going to bed, and
Yes.
he was the real MVP.
He
Oh,
was.
absolutely.
This is
Yeah.
well past his bedtime, but we let him stay up for the draft. So yeah.
I am so fucking hoping my kids are asleep right now. My life is
I'm hoping that I will be asleep in the next couple of hours because I will admit that the caffeine, especially because I don't typically drink this much caffeine, is very much getting to me, and so I still feel very awake right now.
I am going to partake in some activities that are going to help me sleep soon.
You're about 7 days late for some of those activities, I imagine, but I'll allow it.
I don't understand the reference.
I can't wait till the Eagles trade 62 and 66 so they can trade up and get Joey Porter Jr.
Before we wrap for the night, is there any intention of doing this tomorrow, or is this it?
No, this is it.
I'm fine with this being it.
No, this is absolutely it, because if I do find the time to get on tomorrow, the dummies do day 2, and I'll just jump on there.
All right, sounds good.
But you guys feel free to jump on here, but Fridays are usually not good for me not paying attention to my wife. So
I hear you there. And I'm totally fine with just being on for this and hanging out in a chat somewhere. I'll probably honestly just
I will definitely not be on anywhere tomorrow. Tomorrow's my wife's birthday. So.
You don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, happy birthday to her.
Well, we maybe had a steady crew of a couple of people with us like the whole time. Thank you, everyone who came along for a little bit in the chat and hung out with us.
Particular shout out to
Ryan
Andrew
is awake
Imber
right now.
Yes.
Go to bed, Ryan.
Andrew Imber has been here, and Andrew, I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your last name correctly, but he's been here the entire time. So it's particular shout out to him.
Yeah, because we did not get the full carryover after I hit the wrong button and closed. Like, we lost a good couple of people that did not follow us over. He followed us over, so we appreciate the shit out of that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Maybe we get back together for a post-draft rookie first-round mock draft or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, I love the energy. Let's get this shit going. But I'm going to hell to bed in like 25 minutes. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. I love the 3 of you on the screen right now. And, I mean, let's face it, even the people in the chat, I'll probably talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone. I have to do this for old time's sake. Junkies out.